First, the S&P 500 ends the week lower, the fourth consecutive weekly retreat. For more details, let's go to Deborah Costrin at the NYSE. Deborah?
Thanks a lot, Pim. Yes, fourth straight weekly decline for the S&P. Taking a look at the numbers that we're looking at for the week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lower for the week, down 1.6%. The S&P down 1.93%, and the NASDAQ down 2.25%. And if you take a look at what we've been looking at also year to date, our numbers have been changing very rapidly here over the past 4 weeks as the market has been kind of trending lower. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 7% year to date. The S&P down almost 3%, but the NASDAQ still up 11% year to date. The big concern is, can the market justify the run-up that we had from March to June? That was the biggest question. A lot of money managers coming back into the market and talking about this week. Can the market justify it given the earnings that we are expecting? And not only the earnings, but also some of the economic numbers that we're getting. And, of course, that came into play many times this week. In fact, a lot of money managers talking about that. Right now, the S&P trading at 14 times earnings, so something that we're definitely looking at. Of course, Alcoa, they released their earnings this week, and next week we have about 100 companies in the S&P 500 that will be reporting their earnings, and we've got some really big names here. Goldman Sachs, Johnson & Johnson, Intel, JP Morgan Chase, Google. A lot of the banks will be reporting earnings, so it is going to be kind of fast and furious over the next couple of weeks with a lot of these earnings, and likely to give us more insight into how a lot of these companies are faring in this economy. In Friday's session, the big concern really kind of coming about another question about the economy, and that was with consumer confidence. It slid a little bit more than expected. That had an impact on a lot of different areas of the market. Financial, certainly one area of the market that did not do well. CIT, actually the biggest drag in the S&P 500. There was a little bit of concern there that maybe they wouldn't get some of the guarantees on some of their bonds. In addition to that, we've been talking about energy all this past week, and that is because crude oil had its biggest weekly decline since January on concern the recession may be curbing energy consumption. So we did see a lot of those energy names in the spotlight this week, along with crude oil. That's it from here, Pim. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Deborah Costrin, reporting from the NYSE.